The lens?
Yeah, don't. Well, you can't see yourself anyway. Never
Look
mind.
at the lens?
Yeah, look. See?
Yes. Okay.
Alright.
Over and under.
So today we're going to talk about another one of our off-grid gadgets that we're using here in the cabin, since we're not tied to any kind of grid systems whatsoever. So today we're checking out our Nature's Head composting toilet. If you watched one of our previous videos, you probably saw where I showed you guys that we pee into a milk jug, and that's a homemade composting toilet that our neighbor built, and we've been using that for several months now. But we needed something a little more practical for number 2 purposes. Not a 5-gallon bucket. So we decided to go ahead and spend the money on this. I watched the reviews, I've watched other videos, and I really think it's going to work, but we have not even opened this box. So this is another true first impression, I guess. So we're going to open this box and take a look. We have not seen what's inside other than what we've seen on video, but we've not seen our actual toilet. The box, I gotta say, is a little smaller than I expected.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's no tank or anything on it. So.
Yeah.
It's actually about the same size as a regular toilet.
It just seems low to me. But
you ready?
let's open it. Is it heavy?
It is? No, it's light.
Oh, golly. Oh, I'll go back here. Trash. Okay, it is a little bigger.
Alright, we're live inside.
Put on.
Looks weird. It looks like that table it's sitting on, Mama. Don't it, kind of?
Yeah.
Like the table?
Yeah, it kind of matches the table, but this table won't be staying. Okay. Oh, look, we got a card inside the potty. We got a thank you card inside the potty. So, that's new. Just for you. Dear customer.
Okay, so
We'd love to see a picture once you have completed your installation. We might do that for you, Larry. We'll send a picture of it being used. Just kidding. Just kidding.
what you do at this point is you open it up like this.
Okay, so let's go over all the.
Gotta get everything out. Okay, so vent pipes out, then you have all your pieces inside the tank there.
This is the spider handle. This goes on the.
Right here on this side. Right here.
So this is what we use to actually turn the compost bucket.
Have the mount and all the little pieces that goes in there with it.
So we've got all the parts for to vent it. This is thankfully going to be vented to where it was going to keep a lot of the smell down. All the everyone else who's used this have said that it doesn't smell, and I'm looking forward to that. So here's all the parts that we have to run the vent outside that'll vent this part of the bucket. So we have to empty out the milk jug just about daily, especially now that our daughter's home from college and there's 2 females in the house. The guys go out most of the time by themselves. The guys go outside.
We're big boys. We go out by ourselves.
Except like in the middle of the night, especially now that the bears are out. But yeah, this in comparison to a gallon jug, it is bigger, so it's going to hold
2
more.
gallons.
I'm very excited about that. So that's already a plus.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have? This is the crank handle.
It goes here.
So that will help turn. Give you a good shot of that. That turns the materials inside. We have to combine it with a composting agent, and so a few of the reviews I watched on YouTube said this was better than peat moss, so we went with it. So we'll break up a little bit of that and put it in there, so that will mix in with all the solid waste and break it down faster. And I think it conceals the smell too. So let's see. This will be Jeff's expertise right here. He's been really good at wiring things up.
Here's our wire for the fan and everything.
Where does that attach?
It's
Oh, I
going
see,
to
right
be-
here. What, you can do it on either side. So this is going to have a vent attached, and that too will run off of solar power. In our case, anyway. So the vent pipe will hook up, and that will vent all the stinky outside the house. This house is too small for a lot of stinky smell, so we're going to try to cut it down as much as possible.
Well, we have a separate little 12-volt system to run the fans on the toilet. This is a 12-volt fan set up for an RV or a big boat or whatever for a
Yeah, that's really what this
for
was
the
made
toilet,
for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's where this came from.
it has 12-volt fans for the exhaust, and I have a smaller 12-volt solar power system to hook this to.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at this seat.
It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
It's got the built-in urine diverter. So that's pretty neat.
Yep.
So all the liquids go here, solids go here, and you close. If I'm not mistaken, you close the solid. That stays
Yeah.
closed if you're just going number 1.
I think so.
That way, all the liquid doesn't go into the back. Because honestly, it's the urine that smells. That's what everybody says. I never would have thought that. I know urine stinks, but it's the urine that really smells worse than the other.
Mm-hmm.
So. Ready? With your knees, guys. Taking out the homemade. You've been useful. We've appreciated you.
This way. Oh, this way.
I think that would be better,
I think
so
so
you
too.
don't have to worry about the water heater being
I think it'd be
on.
better too, because you won't have to.
It's nice having it. It doesn't take up near as much space as the big one.
When it leans back, it needs to sit up against the wall and rest. Right there. Get out and dump it.
Yeah, because I think you'll, since there's no holes in the floor other than where you bolt it down, you just take out the whole unit
Yeah, well, you take it right here.
to dump out the solids.
Yeah.
Now the urine
You just
part
do
you
it
just
right
take
here.
out. You do have to lift that up to get that out though. Yes, I forgot about that.
So let's see. If we can make it work without having it way out in the middle of the floor,
Yeah.
we can.
Yep. And we just have to make sure it's not full. It does not go past the rim right there, the curved part. I may even draw a fill line on there where I'm comfortable whoever sees it at that line first dumps it. Oh, there's gonna be some rules on dumping this thing. It ain't just gonna come down to mom and daddy.
That would probably be easier.
Oh, that's good.
Right there would be the easiest.
Yeah. Did it come with the bolts and everything we need? I thought so.
I think.
You gonna try it out already? How's it sit?
Not bad.
It don't look like it'd be very comfortable, I have to say. You cozy? Could you sit there a minute?
I'm just trying to check his peeing situation out.
Oh, that's one thing we're having to get used to is all the guys have to sit to potty.
That's terrible. Man card, hand it in.
Well, there are worse things.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't know.
I've always sat down to pee. I don't see the big deal.
I can't think of nothing much worse.
Actual footage of Jeff reading an instruction manual.
Guys, don't read instructions. I was framed.
This never happens. Had to get proof of it. He does read.
I'm looking at pictures. Try to find a pipe this size.
You gotta do what?
Take this piece to the store with me. Find a pipe. It's like a 1-inch pipe to me.
What's it for?
Come go to vent it through the wall. To hook the rubber hose to the vent hose.
Oh, okay.
I got the thing crooked as I was drilling the hole. I'm gonna have to cut some of this pipe off, I think, if I can. That's better a little bit.
So walk us through what you did to install it.
Okay, well, first thing you got to do is it comes with 2 L brackets to mount to the floor. As you can see them right here. You set the toilet in place, mark your holes up underneath, move the toilet, being careful not to move the L brackets, and mark your holes, and then pre-drill your hole. I think it's the 1/8 inch drill bit. It comes with the mounting screws and everything in the package. You mount these brackets, and you set the toilet back in, and line it up, and put these little bolts in, just hand tight.
And that's all there is to setting it in. There's no holes on the floor because there's no septic or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's in place.
So then it has a 12-volt exhaust fan. It was mounted on this side, but I needed it on the opposite side, so you just remove it from this side, switch it over to the other side. It's simple, it's easy. And then over here with the exhaust, with the vent, You just drill your hole, 1.5 hole saw, went through the wall, went on the outside, turned it down, put a turn down on it.
And you can see where we got our holes a little off there, but
We can fix it.
that's not a big deal. We can cover that up.
So all I have to do now is drill my hole for the 12 volt power, hook that up, and then the exhaust work, and it'll be good to go. And we have to put the cocoa bundle stuff in, cocoa bale,
Yeah, I'll work on that in a minute.
for the composting.
So all in all, I know we didn't time it, but what would be a good guess on how long it took us to get this far, get it mounted?
About an hour.
Yeah, I would say.
About an hour with
Okay.
everything.
Yep, so not real hard. Not real hard at all. And the next steps are pretty easy too, right?
Yes, next step's very easy. I just drill one hole through the floor, run my wire out, connect it to the battery, and be done.
Okay. So we're talking about the Nature's Head today, and pretty much where we go to the bathroom being off grid. There's no septic, certainly no sewer system, whatever. It's very different. We started off, with the 5-gallon bucket and the homemade composting toilet, which is pretty cool, but and it was served its purpose for the time, but it didn't really conceal any smells or anything, and that just gets to be too much. So we actually spent the money on the Nature's Head, and I'll put a link below to show you guys where we got that. It was off of Amazon, but it was RV Boats and Accessories or something is the company who sold it to us. But anyway, and they are kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. We got the Nature's Head in May. We're now ending August, and we've enjoyed it. It's been fine. I mean, we have to dump the urine bucket. Now that we've got some experience with it under our belt, I can say that dumping the bucket was more frequent than I expected, but I try to drink close to a gallon of water a day, so there's that. And then when our daughter's home, we have 2 females in the house, and the guys usually let us use the toilet and they go outside. But anyway, we're usually dumping the bucket every day and a half, depending on whether or not she's back home from school and such. It's really not a big deal. We just take it out to the edge of the woods and just dump it. It's no different from guys peeing outside. It's not an issue. It doesn't keep that wildlife from coming around at all. We're good. So, the number 2 dumping is about every 3 weeks or so. That's not every day. If it was every day, I would say forget it. Don't do this. But it's not every day. It's about every 3 weeks, so it's really not that bad. It doesn't take but a few minutes. We take the whole system, the whole Nature's Head outside with a garbage bag. Take off the top. The hinges come loose to where you can take off the seat, set it aside, and then dump the container into a garbage bag, and then just haul it off. It really does not smell. The coconut core breaks it down, pulls all the moisture out of it, and it's not bad. It smells more like dirt, to be honest, so it's really not terrible. And I would say, there's probably some people who have more experience who've gotten it down to a science and one person can dump it, but it takes 2 of us. So it's not something I try to do by myself because I wouldn't want to risk dumping it all over myself. But it's a little work. I realize flushing a toilet's a lot easier, but at the same time, we didn't have to pay the extra money to have anything dug, and there's no codes we have to fight with for like septic systems and stuff. So, and it's all biodegradable. Literally, we just it's nothing but poo and coconut fiber going into the dump. So better than throwing away diapers. And not that we wear diapers, but you get my point. But the tissue, let's address the tissue issue. I'm sure somebody's got the question, where does the tissue go? Well, number 1, tissue goes in the trash can, and there again, honestly, we burn some of that, the paper trash, we burn a lot of that, but it's also biodegradable. And the number 2 paper goes into the tank with the poop. So, we turn the crank, mix it all in, and everything's good. So it's not a big deal. And guys, just don't listen for a second, because I'm talking to my girls right now. Some of you girls may have the question like I had. What do you do on those certain weeks of the month. And well, honestly, it just all goes in the garbage. I mean, there's really, you don't want to put that into the tank because it might get tangled up or fill it up too fast, and you just don't want that in there. That will cause a smell. So you want to just throw that away. We have a trash can right beside the Nature's Head, and we use a dark trash bag. So those are the weeks or the days that I haul that trash off. I don't burn that, but when that's not an issue, then we can burn it. So it's not really a big deal. So
What?
they're home. I'm talking to my friends.
Who? You ain't got no friends?
Yeah. So this is the coconut core. This is one bale after, it's a 5 pound bale, or no, 5 kilogram bale. I don't know, I will find out and put it in the description box. Not very big bale, and it makes, it fills this tote up once you get some water in it. It's pretty big. I don't know what size tote this is, but it is not small. So honestly, this is it. It's like dirt. It's all coconut fiber. It's very soft. We just honestly dropped the bale in the bucket and filled it up with water and let it do its thing, and it's absorbed it all up, and it's very lightly moist, mostly dry. That's how it's able to, and it's very absorbent. That's how it absorbs all the moisture out of the tank of the Nature's Head, and instantly starts I say instantly, it quickly starts breaking down. It does not instantly turn anything into compost, so it just helps start the process, and that aids in there not being a smell. For any of you who are concerned with the fact that I'm calling it compost, well, that's just what it is. No, we are not putting it on our vegetable garden. We're not into the humanure thing, not doing that. So if you ever do come visit, don't be afraid to eat my vegetables. I promise you they didn't grow out of anything other than maybe cow manure. So hey, listen, if you got questions, don't be afraid to ask. We'll answer them. Even if you're not interested in even living like this and you're just curious about what in the world we're trying to do here or why, it's okay, just ask. We're good with that. If we didn't cover something, because sometimes I forget, so if there's something you want to know that we didn't mention, just ask, and we'll get you the answers. This is an adjustment, not gonna lie, but over time, I mean, honestly, we're getting used to it more and more day by day, and it's not that bad, and no regrets, at least not yet. Hadn't even made it to the year mark yet as far as living here. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing. We appreciate it. We just want to welcome you on this adventure. Everything that we're learning, we want to share with you. If you know something, please share it with us. We just want to do life with you guys. So can I say we have a 2-bed, 2-bath house if one of them is an outhouse?